Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. This is part two about the industrial fence that I made. So basically, what I've done now is I've gone out and, like I mentioned before, I have sprayed it with just a black primer, and I've just coated it very lightly with a loose color of gray. It doesn't matter what gray you use. You can see there's some black showing through from the primer and so on. And then what I'm actually next going to paint it with is, let me just get this lid on here so it doesn't spill on me when I show you. Is I use XF12, XF12 from Tamiya paint. And basically what I do, it's nice close color to like that aluminum color you see, or the grayish color on most fences. But that being said, um, they get dirty, they get worn, and you'll see what I do. So basically what I'm doing is basically just applying the color loosely. I don't really care if it covers all of it because, if you look at any industrial fences or any fences, you can see that they miss color. You can see they're fading. A lot of them are rusted. So that's the idea. And then basically I would just go across like this on the mesh. Again, I don't really care if I cover all the areas because, again, you want the fence to look fatigued, and that's basically gives you the idea of more realism, in my opinion, especially when you're looking at fences and so on. And it covers a good majority of it, as you can see. You want it to look like it's been distressed, and that's one of the key elements to it. So that's basically what I do. And then what I'll do next, just to give it a bit more wear and tear, is I will use basically Vallejo Model Air. And this is a really good, this is burnt umber. I use this for everything, especially for rust and so on. You add a little bit of water to it, or you can do it naturally. This right now I'm just taking it naturally, and then you just apply it, so that you got streaks going down like so. You can use your finger. Again, this is all production techniques that I've used throughout my entire career. And then especially around the joints of a fence, you want it to add it a little bit more, just because that's where debris and a lot of the rusting parts of it will come to bear, and you'll see a lot more of it. And also the rust streaks going down the fence and so on. So again, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. I think it's basically based on what you look like. Again, you can see some parts of the black showing here from the primer. You can still see some different variations of gray. So once that's done, it dries really, really quickly. You got yourself a pretty good worn out fence. And then from that, I got my collection here of signs, and basically I create all these in Affinity Designer, or if you have Illustrator or any type of program there where you can basically create your own signs. And then I will print them out, and I will basically spray them on evergreen styrene like this, sheets, and then cut them out and basically attach them to the fence. And that gives them a little bit more of a realism for the fence, especially with a lot of fences. You're going to get a lot of signages and so on. So, and it doesn't really matter where you put it, and you just basically grab one sign, attach it, and you can have it tilted. Like this one's going to be tilted a bit because maybe one of the hinges is broken off. So as you can see, and you just let that dry. Once that dries, you add a little bit of rust color to it. So we'll just grab a little bit just on top, maybe streaking down just to give it some wear and tear on the sign itself. So you can see like so. And again, then you've got yourself a nice worn out fence. Now, if you really want to add more detail to this, you can cut a section here and then peel it over, glue it, and so it looks like someone's actually cut into the fence and so on. So basically that is how I paint the fences. It doesn't have to be perfect. I want the discoloration. I want the wear and tear of the fence to be the way it is, because I'm going to put debris against it. And then also, if you want, how I did my blue tarp, and while I'm on that subject, is these are basically the utility flags that you see around your neighborhood. You know, I only take them when they're falling apart, but look how much this one's ripped. This is perfect to put on a fence. But basically, what I would do, I would cut it to shape and just lay it down, and then you just tack some glue on it. The glue adheres really, really well to these, and then you've got yourself a blue fence. You know, and I might actually do that. You know, cut it in, and then again, you can see there's some dirt on here. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave the white streaking and so on, because then it gives you an idea of dirt and wear and tear on the fence, and you can actually cut into the fence. And again, like as you can see, what I've done before, it works really, really well. So basically, that's basically how I do my fences, color-wise. There's a lot more tutorials coming, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys how I do a lot of the scratch building stuff. If you've checked out my shelf layout, everything from the buildings, they're made with wood and evergreen styrene, to everything I've built on I have scratch built on the layout. So I'm hoping to do a lot more tutorials. Thank you very much.